I'm Eric, and I'm at Frog Island Farm in Citra, Florida, and this is Florida natural farming. I just want to do a update here at Frog Island in Citra, and as most of you know, we are in escrow on Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm in Vero Beach, and I'm basically going to stop doing videos, I think. But I have so many wonderful subscribers and friends I've met through this channel that it makes it kind of difficult to stop. Look at the citrus. That looks like a cutie to me, but I could be wrong. Could be a grapefruit or a another different type of clementine, or clementine from a different source. Everything's looking good. The comments probably are the biggest reason. I think 99.9% of them are great, but it's just the one or two random comments that are like, I just don't know what to say. It's like somebody suggested I use an air compressor to fix the compaction here, which misses the whole point of my message I try to send of nature is the answer to everything. I'm going to Costa Rica, a place that Frog Valley Farm landscape mimics without me ever going there, knows that it's something that you can connect with no matter who you are. Comments where people say it would be nice to see growth at Frog Island Farm. If you're looking for speedy visual growth, then you obviously aren't seeing the wrong thing. You're seeing the wrong message. Costa Rica is very incredible. 25% of the land is dedicated to wildlife. And I went to the Jaguar Rescue Center in Puerto Viejo on the Atlantic side, southern part of Costa Rica, coastal. And they said wildlife diminishes whenever humans are around. Of course it does. We just can't see that for some reason. Right, snakes? My cat missed me. I don't know, all the plastic and stuff everywhere. Down there, the trash. It reminded me of parts of Florida and LA. People get offended when I talk about things like University of Florida, which I think is an amazing school. There are aspects of it I don't agree with in their agriculture department, but I think education is completely wrong. Not all of it, of course, but the part that most people think is how to grow ultra managed by humans with the use of plastic is completely wrong. So that's why I say that. It's not that I hate them. It's just that I don't believe in that, how they do it. And that's because I believe in nature. Right? Snickers. These are not chanterelles. Little citrus is doing good. The further people get from nature, the less they're able to recognize what Eden is. It's not a place that's a monocrop with plastic tubing spread throughout, sprayed with weed killer, and mowed. But yet people will see pictures of vineyards and go, oh, how beautiful. And I see something like this, and they don't see anything. I can see huge growth in these things. On the camera, it doesn't look the same, but considering they were planted this big during a drought without ever being watered, and it's citrus in Florida, we've got over 200 planted here now. It's pretty phenomenal, whether you can see it or not. If you can't see it, you're not going to think it's phenomenal. They can only see it if it's laid out in a controlled fashion. And I think that's why controls for agricultural studies are so horrible. Thank you, Christian, for bringing up studies in agriculture. We got it all wrong. The control for agriculture should be Eden. But yet, people can't recognize what Eden should look like, or can't visualize it. Just makes me feel like we're doomed. The vision should be perfection, not some monocrop control that pollutes everyone else and is not healthy for your tree or the food that it creates. Eden is perfection. Why isn't that the control? Yeah, the studies will always be better because the studies will take a monocrop banana grove and fertilize it and water it, and then take a monocrop banana grove and not fertilize it and water it, and tell you, look at the results, and print it and sell it to the schools. No. Toss the monocrop dry farm system and put in Eden in its place. And you couldn't compare them. That's the whole problem. And I just keep like going round and round and round, trying to wake people up. And it's just, we're the unwoke. How that became good to be brain dead is beyond me. But that's, another reason why I think I'm just going to stop making videos. I'm pretty sure I'm going to stop. I want to stop. Stuff's doing good here. These are those aeroids I brought from Frog Valley Farm. Rabbits were eating. Rabbits eat the Monstera delicios. Of course, that's a variegated one. This is Florida Beauty philodendron. It is going to get its variegation back soon. Survived last winter here. They're going to survive. It just looks like that because it was in a pot and I never watered it. And so when it got cold, it just basically died and then came back this summer when it started raining. Then I planted it. This is one that it's growing on the tree. Snakes. This is a cool aeroid, or not aeroid, but bromeliad, whatever. That my friend Christian Poe, doesn't look like it's gonna make it. Looks like it rotted, this particular one. In fact, I know it did, so it fell over. Grandfather hybridized. Most of them made it. I wasn't sure about that one because it didn't really have it was not the best cutting or divide. The Garcinia madronas are doing good. These are the bananas that I planted. I cut them off and planted last November, and because we bought this place the end of October last year. We've had it for a year. We love it here. They're doing good. It's been our pond is almost dried up. So my friend Carlos sent me a bunch of plants, and this is one of them. It looks great. And then these are more of those philodendrons and anthuriums. Philodendrons, that's philodendron. Is it giganteum? I don't know. There's another cutting of something that my friend Carlos gave me. This is the hog plum. This is the anthurium. They look good. I might start buying plants and planting them, and once this place looks good, do videos again. Maybe I'll continue doing videos. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it right now. It's like you can keep screaming, but if it's the water's draining out of the tub, it almost seems futile to keep trying to wake people up. But I know a lot of you are aware. That's a hog plum cutting, another one. Is that, or is it moringa? Looks like hog. That's a hog plum. Or no, that's moringa. Good. I wanted moringa. Yay. There's another. Oh, that's turmeric. Because I divide all the turmeric and I do it when they have leaves on them. I divide them down to one bulb when it's warm out and they have leaves. This is the African mangosteen, Garcinia livingstonii. And this looks like Frank's mom's loquat. It looks like something here that my friend Carlos gave me. Everything seems to be growing. These are the Heliconias, which were everywhere in. It's a citrus, everywhere in Costa Rica. There's some more Heliconia. All these stakes have little plants. I see another citrus there, a little yellow one. Snickers, you finding the plants? I had something over here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Cherry of the Rio Grande. They look big. They've grown a lot. And this is something my friend Carlos gave me. Oh, where's that? Oh no, this is the mulberry. So this is the oak leaf mulberry that is a seedling from my friend Frank's mulberries, his hybrid white mulberries. Hopefully it's a female plant. It's growing in the same hole with a cherry of the Rio Grande. So this one during drought, because I planted it, bare root, no soil, is bare root, and seed grown, and I did it during drought, and the soil was very dry, and the leaves just, I did videos of it, the leaves just fell down to the branch. It looked like it was gonna die, and most people would water and think they're killing their plant, but I know I don't get fooled by that. And if they do die, I really don't want them. Unless I paid big bucks for it, then I might be tempted to water it once or twice. Rainwater preferably. But I haven't done that in a long time because I haven't bought plants in a long time. Garcinia Livingstonii. But it came back. It's just fine. Stuff does just fine. That's a response. The leaf sagging and wrinkling is a plant response to drought. And when it gets under stress for natural reasons, when the plant gets stressed by nature, and it will recover, it makes it stronger, makes it more fit. But you have to connect all the parts of nature. You got to remove yourself. You can't be constantly doing stuff to it, I don't think. I used to think you had to, well, probably if you didn't have this, applying small nutrients, tiny amounts of nutrients, the least amount that you think is possible, like in tea form, preferably, biology. And then plants. I always assume people know what tea form is, or how to make teas or whatever. Well, you can make teas from just about anything for your soil. So leaves and manure but you don't need to use a lot. And here, because people make weed teas, like Biodynamics makes all the different weed teas, like the horsetail and other things, nettles. But you can mix a bunch of stuff. You can mix them all together. That's what I do. And bokashi tea and all that kind of stuff. But then maximize what you put in the ground. The diversity of plants, seeds, preferably seed-grown plants that were grown naturally, is the best source. But I've harped on this before, but a lot of people just, I don't know, they get confused, or I just assume they know more than they actually know. Or I definitely think they should know than they actually know. But everyone has their own speed of plant natural growing discovery. So I understand. I was the same way. I just have been at it for a while. These are those gingers I took from Frog Valley. That's a Garcinia madrona. It looks great, seed grown. That's a Costa ginger. This is a torch ginger that I planted recently from one of my last trips to Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. Torch ginger is tricky. Doesn't like cold. And it's very temperamental during drought. I planted that during drought. Looks like it's gonna make it. I have two divides I did, because I didn't want to divide it too much because I've killed the mother plant before when I did that on torch ginger. So I don't do that. Snickers. It's the chia spinach. Stuff looks good though, you get the idea. I could live in Costa Rica. So this is I should look for the cashew tree. This is a chachiro from Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. All this stuff came from Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. I can't believe one of y'all that watch these videos never stepped up and bought that place. But, oh well. You must be creating your own farms all over the place in Florida. Some more ginger. I mostly planted that, the really good galangal ginger. It's the Thai ginger. I was trying to figure out what it was. I thought it was like some superior type of Zingiber officinalis, but it was galangal ginger all along, the Thai ginger that I like. Yeah, we can't replace nature with something man-made for fixing the compaction. I at first thought you can fix it by planting a lot of plants in it and adding biology through teas for sure. This is that pommet rose apple, that super large fruited purple tinged rose apple. There's another Achachiuro seedling. There's a Garcinia madruno. So this is Garcinia humilis. I don't really care what the Latin names are, and people say, it's not Garcinia humilis, it's blah, blah, blah. I'm just not into tropical fruit anymore. Got turned off by it. So I'm glad I have my Garcinias, but my whole experience with the tropical fruit people in Florida was disheartening. Not all of you. If you're watching these videos and you grow naturally, you come by Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. I know you're not that group, but the majority of them just mimic what's been done in the past in Florida by nurseries, and don't know why. Somebody come along that grows organically like I did, they're just not even, they just tell you straight up you can't do it. But I did it, I built it, I sold it, I moved on, and that's how I feel about the tropical fruit. I like it. Maybe I'll buy a place in Costa Rica. I've been thinking about it because I could do a really good durian farm down there, plant it and use it as an Airbnb. And I found a nursery down there that had 40 different types of durian. So there's that. Or maybe I'll buy something in Puerto Rico or something. Costa Rica's not that far. We'll see. I'm old. Maybe I'll just stay here and hide. I'm older, I should say. Garcinia madruno. I forget how many hundreds of Garcinia madrunos I've planted. I have about 200 mixed lemon drop Garcinia seeds. I have to plant fresh seeds. This is citrus. Looks like it's not looking good. That's a Miko lemon. It's not looking that good. The Garcinias look great. I know, snakes, come here. What's wrong with you? You must have missed me, my little friend. The zebus are doing well. I had a horrible accident with one of them while I was away. Wally the black bull, but I'm not going to talk about it. The citrus looks good. It's crazy they tell you, or it's crazy that the commercial citrus growers grow or use 20 to 40 gallons of water per tree per day. I think that's the number. Maybe I'm pretty sure that's the number. I'm going to say I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's the number. Citrus, the yellow things. They can turn yellow during drought and sunlight, but they usually snap out of it once it's wet. Of course, a little tree that gets overly stressed can die, but that's why you plant hundreds of seedlings. These leaves seem fine. That's the cassava. There was so much cassava here, but the deer keep eating it. But some of it's getting bigger, so I don't really care. The deer need to eat too. I'd rather have the deer than the cassava. So the cows are going to be turned in here. We're going to have the fences put up, and then this is all going to be cow pasture, so they might eat everything. We'll see. Snakes. Here's this ginger. This is a nice one. This is not Alapui. This is an evergreen ginger. I think it's spectabilis. Is that what it is? It's pretty. Doesn't die back in the winter. The pigeon peas are coming up that I threw everywhere from Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. I do see quite a few of them. Here's some aroids I planted over here. There's a bunch of plants in here because it died and it came back, and it was in the ground in a few places, or in the pot in a few places, but this is a cutting. Oh no, this was the original plant from my Jose Bueno. I just planted this. This is something here, I think. Not sure what that is. These are those dragon fruit from my friend Al. Nothing growing there. I just planted these. I wanted to check these because this one had fallen out of the ground, but it looks good. Or had tipped over after I planted. This is Heliconia. Looks good. It's gonna make it. Yay. Here's one over here I just planted. Looks good too. This I think might be the big giant. Well, a couple of them are. One of them is the like 20-foot tall one. I've seen these all over Costa Rica. Citrus. This citrus looks good. Cassava. It's like, why aren't they eating that one? They have. It should be huge, but it'll overwinter. Snakes, come here. What is this over here? Looks like a banana almost. This is a banana, is it? No, it's a ginger. Oh, this is a ginger from my friend. No, this is a Heliconia. This is a short Heliconia. Sorry, getting confused. Snakes. There's a heliconia I just planted. Is it? Yes. Looks good. This is a ginger I planted. This is that Thai ginger. This was just recently planted, but it's good to see what they look like, you know, a couple weeks after you planted them. Or, you know, it must be like, yeah, it's like 2 weeks. 3 weeks maybe. But it had because it's growing right next to the Garcinia brasiliensis, so when I dug out the clumps, there was all these seedlings in there. So that's what that is. I just left them in there. So you can grow plants adjacent to each other and in ginger when the ginger isn't overly aggressive. So if this ginger was super healthy, and the seedling might be able to grow in there, but I wouldn't plant it in a mature, healthy ginger, but I would plant a seedling when it's cut back and it's just starting out again. Here's a citrus, and here's a cassava. Snakes, and there's the snakes. Heliconia, heliconia. This is a big one, obviously. That's a short one. They're not that short. They're like, they can get up to 6 feet, I think. But they usually stay between 3 and 5, I've noticed. But they spread. That one's a spreader, but I want them to spread. There's a heliconia. It looks very good. I just planted these, so. Cassava. We ate a lot of cassava in Costa Rica. It's delicious. I didn't really see a lot of it growing around, but then I finally found some. Here's a ginger. It looks good. Snicky. You're my little boy, huh? Yes, you are. It's a good boy. Oh, this is a jackfruit that I direct sowed the seeds of. I have no expectations that that survives the winter, so I do hold out hope for the Garcinias because I know some of them overwintered, so they can surprise you when you grow like this, because there's never been studies on growing like this, and most of the New World Garcinias were grown naturally, but for some reason we ignore that as tropical fruit growers here in the States. We don't even look at it. I give up. Totally give up. Here's another one. Madruno. Another jackfruit. Madruno. There's a lot of stuff through here. I'm sure there's a citrus around here if I could find it. Here's a cherry of the Rio Grande growing here. I plant them in plants in groups. And if you have a small yard, it would be really easy to fill the whole thing up like that and just have pathways through it. And the plants do better. And you don't have to water. It's probably, if you don't have any overstory, you have to plant a lot of bananas in that mix, but this citrus looks good. And that's like 7 inches tall. So it was only 2 inches when I planted it. And as you can see, there's Furf. Hi, Furf. Furf's the deer boy, baby. Pond's very low. That is all dry. That should all be full, especially this time of year. We're going into the drought period, so it possibly could dry up this year, being this low. I saw something over here. I wanted to see what it was. There's another jackfruit. Oh, and there's a citrus growing right next to it. Or no, it's a, what is that? It's a Garcinia madruno. This is a Garcinia madruno. This could be something else, like probably Eric's Sweet. And this is a cherry of the Rio Grande right there. They do good. Anyway, I hope you could see and what's going on and how to grow and changes in the plants from video to video, subtle changes, or see the message I'm telling. A lot of people don't even do that. So that's my issue with why I'm probably gonna, like, maybe not stop altogether, but severely cut down the amount of videos I'm gonna be making. And that citrus looks great. Hell yeah. Some of them look great, some of them don't. That's just the way it is. You can't stress over it. That's what doesn't look great and dies, winds up as nutrients for the other forms of biology that are growing near it and in it and around it. Heliconia. Anyway. Perf. Oh, you're so cute. Licking the plastic. Yeah. Got to start opening our eyes to the plastic, because just acting like it's not there, like all this plastic tape. It's everywhere now, and we're breathing it, and obviously it's making people sick, and it's making animals sick, and it's disrupting our natural systems. What's it going to take for people to open their eyes to something other than profit? Anyway, I'm Eric, and I'm at Frog Island Farm, or Frog Island Zebu Ranch in Citra, Florida. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber, and hopefully I can continue making videos. If not, goodbye until then. And I'm probably going to do a video at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm last time I'm there, and we'll see what happens after that. But thanks again. Have a wonderful day.